Hello everyone and welcome to your Friday's edition of Reptile News. I just love doing that. Now I actually want to start today off with your douchebag of the day, and that is Marion Pythons on Facebook. This guy, Daily Reptile News, has been looking into this guy for months now, ever since we got the first report after getting a friend request that he's ripping people off, they're sending their money and he's not sending any snakes. And so, you know, I went down, I made some email addresses, talked to him under several different assumed names, and once again today he tried to rip me off again. So that makes him our douchebag of the day, and because he's such a big douchebag ripping off our community, my friends, you people, I've got his name, phone number, physical address and everything. I'm putting it on the website. It'll be right under this video, so go check it out, send him some hate mail, and let's let these people know we're not going to let him mess around with our hobby. Now, he of course wanted me to Western Union him this time $70 to pay for 2 free ball pythons that he was just looking for a home for. Last time when I used an assumed name, and obviously this time I told him who I was and what I was doing and that he's busted and he ain't gonna be pulling this shit with us. But last time under an assumed name he agreed to send via US Postal Service these 2 snakes to my post office box here in town. And for those of you that don't know already, that should have raised some very red flags. Number one, it's a federal offense to send a snake via US Postal Service. Not only in this case, but if you know anybody that does it, you need to not give them your money because they're sons of bitches. It can't happen. It's against the law. It's a federal law. You can't do it. Number 2, you never, ever, ever send a snake. You never send a live animal or anything to a post office box. What kind of retard would even agree to something like that? So anyway, Marion Pythons, he's on Facebook. Everything's going to be underneath the video on the website. Go check it out. And now let's talk about the Bronx Zoos. Anything ring a bell with that name? Now this is not reptile related, but you all remember the cobra that escaped from the Bronx Zoo. Well, guess what? On Monday, a peacock escaped from the Bronx Zoo, and apparently they found it in a garage down the road somewhere on Wednesday. But I'm really questioning the Bronx Zoo and their facilities and how they're keeping these animals, these exotic animals, contained. And that is going to lead us right into our question of the day right away here. What do you think about that? I mean, do you think maybe they're overlooking a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be, or do you think it's just a coincidence that the Bronx Zoo lost another animal, or do you think that this happens all the time and the only reason we're hearing about it is because of the fame that the Bronx Zoo got in the media because of the cobra? Let me know what you think. Leave a text comment or a video response. Now let's talk about naming a python. Now the Seattle Zoo apparently has a python, and they want to have a little, I don't know, a contest or something to name this snake. Now this snake, they don't make any mention of any prizes for whoever's name's picked. They just want the public's help in naming it. This is an 8-year-old 100-pound reticulated python. So go to the Seattle Zoo website, you know, have a little fun, name it. If nothing else, then you get to put that on your resume that you named the reticulated python at the Seattle Zoo. Now let's talk about alligators. You know, there's a lot of alligator stories, and number one, the one that really jumped out at me is in Palm Bay, Florida, where an alligator was trapped and killed because it ate a cat, and apparently the people were all in an uproar. Now I've got an answer for this right away, okay? You sons of bitches didn't need to kill an alligator, okay? I don't care what the law says, you didn't need to do it. Number 2, aren't there leash laws for cats? I mean, I know specifically here there is. Cats have to, if cats are outside, they have to be on a leash or in a kennel. It's illegal here where I live to let a dog or a cat roam free. So if your cat's roaming free, if your kids are roaming free and they get eaten by an alligator, it's their own damn fault. It's your fault for being a horrible parent, whether it be human or animal. So don't let your animals run free. That's the bottom line here. But you know, this really, the law of this really strikes a chord with me with any alligators. You know, they're in Florida. They're pretty strict laws. Any alligators that for the most part have any interactions with humans or domesticated pets are trapped and put to sleep. And I think it's stupid. I think it's retarded. And you know, we moved into these things areas. We need to give them room. So that's it. They don't need to be giving us room. They've been around here a lot longer. Clearly, after 65 million years, they're a lot smarter than we are because the human race ain't gonna last that long. And you know, moving on to actually maybe a good story for our community. community, actually. There's a story out there about old school alligator trappers and how they're putting up their nooses and their electrical tape, and they're saying that due to the soaring prices of gas and the prices of the alligator hides going through the floor, a lot of them are not doing it anymore. They're just finding it a hell of a lot harder to make a living. I feel your pain, and the only message I can give you is, ha ha, it's about time. You know, I don't care. I'm happy to hear that alligator trappers are quitting. You know, I don't see. I just told you how I feel about the law and them being trapped and being killed, so I shouldn't have to explain it twice. And that brings us into our special treat that I mentioned. If you're my friend on Facebook, then you heard me mention this special treat. If you're not, you should be, and you would have known there's a special treat coming. I have a video embedded on the website. Go to the website and check it out. It's an actual alligator trapper explaining why these alligators have to be trapped and put down, which, as I said, I think is crap. I think it's really stupid. As he says right here, that, you know, this particular alligator that they trapped was, I believe he said it was 15 years old, and where it was roaming 15 years ago, all that development wasn't there. You know, they made our point right there. The development was not there. It's the alligator's territory. I don't see us having any right as human beings moving into their I'm sorry, let me rephrase this before I even finish. Moving into their territory, yes, okay, we have to do it. It's just, it's a fact of life. But moving into their territory and killing them, you know, it's no different than when we moved into America and killed the Indians. You know, it's and took their land and everything. It's no different. We have no right to do it. We shouldn't be doing it. We should be living with them, not trying to push them out of their territory. Now, that being said, there's a new vlog up, so go check that out. And of course, we are still taking the recurring donations on the website, top left-hand corner. Your donation helps keep this news going, and it's very much appreciated. And that, of course, is all your news for this Friday. If you'd like to read any more of these stories, the link to the website's right down there in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and we'll see you on Monday.
Let's pack it up. We'll hit the road. We'll search for diamonds in those piles of gold.